Welcome to a class on backend functions. So what exactly are backend functions in Base 44? So backend functions basically help us with complex calculations as well. For example, if now we want to do a calculation of the salaries of 200 employees, then you can do it with the help of a backend function, and then it doesn't overload the user's browser when he does the calculation, it happens outside. And another and most important option is for integrations and the use of external APIs. So first of all, for the backend function we need to enable it from the dashboard, from the app settings, and then here, from the backend functions, click activate, and then you can actually use all these integrations and all these functions. Here is an app that we have already integrated with Google Calendar. In fact, I want to show you just where it is reflected in the code. So we have the code here. I scroll down, and then we actually have functions here. This is our backend function, and we can see that language is the synchronization of the interview to the calendar, which is the integration that we created. Another option is to enable the backend functions by default, which will always be enabled. So I'm clicking on the Base 44 icon here. I have settings here, and under my account you can see default backend functions always on. So now for our main question. How do you even use backend functions? So today there are 3 different options to make these external integrations with external tools, as we saw with Google Calendar and Slack, and we have other options. So there's the Integrations tab here. That we actually have the option to create integrations, to create these backend functions right with a click. You can just click on Use here, and it offers us prompts with which you can perform and create the integration and build the backend functions. So we've really gone through it already. We have made a few examples. Let's review it. So we really have Stripe, Salesforce, Slack, Google Drive. Really things that are very, very useful for our day-to-day work in companies. This is Base 44's most convenient and newest feature. They're continuously updating it for simpler integrations. Option B that we have is to go to Base 44, to the Integrations tab. So here you can see the connectors, which is really what we just saw. What appears to us here? It's the connectors, it's the integrations that they're ready to use right from. Straight with a click, the so-called. Another option we have is the custom integrations, which are also apps that have already officially integrated with Base 44, but we do need to work a little bit on them. How does this work? First of all, you see, we have Monday, we have Google Places, Zapier. Things, are great that help us on a daily basis. So for example, if I go to Resend, that Resend is a platform for Deliver. You can send emails, manage a newsletter, and actually receive and send emails with the help of this platform. So I go to the Resend page. There's a kind of overview here with an explanation of what Resend actually does and how it helps me. I have prompts here, for example, and most importantly, before that, I have the things I need, which is the Resend API key, which is something that I have to go to Resend for and present, to get it myself. But I actually have the instructions. So here it really explains all the steps to me. Explains to me that in order to use this integration I need to get an API key from Resend, to have a domain as well, and that explains to me exactly step by step what I need to do. After I do these things, I can just copy all this input here, literally everything I have here. I copy everything I have here, go to base 44, paste it to it with all the instructions of integrate me with resend, and this is the function, and it will build a backend function for me. It will create the integration for me with resend, and usually within 1 or 2 iterations I have an integration ready. I don't have to read documentaries myself and think about the prompts myself. It's all really ready to use. And the third option we have is to go to any platform that has an API that it gives, whether it's free or if it's paid. With the help of documenting this platform, we can connect it to base 44. So in this case I go for Green API, which is a kind of WhatsApp API. It allows me to send messages directly from base 44 to WhatsApp and also receive. So I have the documentation here. And then on this page I really have the API documentations. I can read the overview here myself, and then I also think about the actions I want to do in base 44. If I want to send, then I have the sending overview here. This explains exactly what I need in terms of API for base 44. So yes, you need a little more understanding of API and documentation here. We'll do an example lesson on that later.